and welcome back to One More Row, the channel where we learn how to expand our knitting skills one row at a time. Today we're going to be talking about the long tail cast on, and I'm going to show you two variations of that today. I'm going to show you the regular long tail cast on and the Old Norwegian long tail cast on. So if that is of interest to you, please keep watching. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the long tail cast on and what you would use it for. It's a pretty standard cast on. It's pretty versatile. You can use it for almost any project. It creates a neat edge. It's great for circular knitting because it has less of a tendency to flip so that you don't get that Mobius circle when you're not intending to. Now, there are some cons to the long tail cast on. Sometimes you don't estimate your tail long enough and then you have to redo it. And some might find that the standard long tail cast on doesn't offer enough stretch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you just the regular normal long tail cast on. Now you can start your cast on with a slip knot, most do. One other thing you can do though is just twist, like loop your needle in, twist it around twice, and that will do the same thing as a slip knot, but you won't have a knot in your knitting, which can sometimes look ugly at the very end. So then you have a strand of yarn over your index finger, a strand over your thumb, and then what you do is you pick your needle, you go up under the strand that's going on the outside of your thumb, and you grab your index, you pull it, and you let your thumb out. Okay? So you pick, grab it, let it out. Grab it, let it out. This is once you get the hang of it, it goes pretty quick, and it can become where you don't even need to think about it, and it's quite relaxing, and you just keep going until you have the number of stitches that you need. One thing to make sure when you're doing a long tail cast on is that you don't pull your stitches too tight and you don't have them too close together, and that will afford you some stretch. Now, if you don't want to estimate how long to make your tail, what you can do is you can take both ends of your yarn and tie them together, and that will do the same thing, except that you won't run out of yarn and have to redo it. The next long tail cast on I'm going to show you is called I believe it's called sometimes it's called the Old German cast on, and sometimes it's called the Old Norwegian cast on. This is my default cast on. I do it because I knit a lot of socks, and it is a stretchier cast on than just the regular cast on that I just showed you. So we're going to start it the same way. We're just going to have our little twist start, or you could do a slip knot if you prefer. And you also, same thing, you have your one strand of yarn over your thumb, the other over your index finger. But instead of just going in and hooking here, we're going to go underneath both strands, in through the loop, over the thumb, then we're going to grab it, and then what we're going to do is just flex your thumb down and pop your thumb out. And what that does, that extra twisting, makes it so that there's more space in between your stitches, which is what gives you the extra stretch. So I'll show you again. You scoop underneath both strands, through the hole in the center, scoop your index finger yarn, flex your thumb down, and pop the loop off your thumb. Okay, we'll go one more time. Okay, scoop, go through the hole, scoop your yarn, flex your thumb, and bring it down. Now it gets pretty quick too, and like I said, I use it a lot for socks. A lot of times when I do socks, I do the magic loop method, And this works very well for that because it is a long tail cast on, which means it's not going to be as easy for me to get that twist, that twist where you knit, but you don't realize your stitches are twisted at the beginning. And then, you knit around and then you realize you've got a Mobius strip and you have to redo it. Now, the reason the long tail cast on is so stable is because it's almost like a looped cast on and one knitted row. That's basically what you're doing when you're casting on with this method. So that's why it makes the edge very, very stable. So that is the long tail cast on and the variation, the Old Norwegian cast on. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you're new here, please subscribe. I have videos coming out that show different things. I'm going to be doing a series on different types of cast-ons and when you might want to use them. So please stay tuned for that. This was the first one. I believe I'm going to be doing the cable cast on, the backward loop, and the forward loop. So please like and subscribe, ring the bell so that you're notified when my next video comes out. And if you have any questions or anything you'd like to tell me in the comments, like what is your preferred method of casting on, please leave them down below. But until then, we'll see you soon and happy knitting.